Hey guys, Tom and Dray here with Murray Sports.
Hey, how we doing?
Taking a look at the new Strike V3 from F1.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of new features, but we're just going to try to touch on the stuff that either should know or you'll directly feel as we go. I think the biggest thing we're looking at is the new handles. Dray, tell us a little bit about the new handles.
Yeah, new handles here. They are much stiffer, as F1 has talked about. But what does that mean? It looks like they have both a foam and a plastic core. You can see the plastic core kind of exposed up here and here. It looks like they sewed it all the way up a little bit further than they have in the past, and made it stiffer. So the new handles are quite rigid when you try and twist them. The old ones, you could lay them down flat pretty easily by pushing over to the side. You can compress it this way, so it's not going to ding anything, and allow you to hold it at a bit of an angle. But when you're turning, tacking, jibing, it's going to respond really quickly. This is a pretty stiff material. And so, yeah, I'm excited about this, and I really can't really wait to try it. We got a older one from this is a Gen 1 here,
which soft and nice. It does still have the plastic insert, but it's a much thinner plastic, and so this just moves all over, which was nice and soft, but a much looser wind feel. So
yeah, and it ended kind of right here. You can kind of feel it. So this spot is kind of a weak point in the flex of it. So yeah, stoked on that. Another update is the inflation valve over here on the side. I can't really see it from this angle, but that will allow you to pump the strut up to a higher PSI than the leading edge. So they're recommending 10 here, 9 here, and I think that's going to give us a bit more control as well as the stiffer handles.
Sweet.
Radial cut in the sail. You want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah, this is something that's been exciting for me because we've got a sailing background, and most of the wings thus far have been cross-cut. I think Nash had an early on radial cut, but overall shape and other stuff didn't come in. It's something that you're not really going to notice entirely in your riding. It'll be a little bit better load distribution, less stretch in the canopy, but you should see it more in the longevity of the wing. What radial cut really does is that we've got these, any wing you look at has got these kind of little the grids in the Dacron paneling. And if you look at the new V3, they're actually diagonally oriented so that the strength of the panels are oriented with the loads of the fabric, so that you're just better able to utilize that fabric. In addition to the radial cut stuff here, we've also got a whole new material that F1's developed with the leading edge. Talk about that for a sec?
Sure. They're calling it High-Tex. They got two different weights, a 178 and a 158. They're using the 178 in this kind of front section here. When you feel it, it is thick, it's stiff, it's feels like really rigid, and I'm excited for how that is going to transform into more power, more rigidity, and more control of the wing. Less kind of the wing kind of flapping, and more of that just directly coming into the power, as well as longevity. I think this stuff looks very durable.
There was a little bit when we were pumping it up, it felt really crunchy, which there's a little bit of concern because there's something you get in the Mylar sails is that they're real great, they last a long time, but you got to be real careful with rolling them instead of folding, which with wings where you kind of crumple them up and carefully put them away, we did see some creasing in the material. Hopefully some of that features of the High-Tex will kind of handle that, and it's not going to be an issue with this, but that is something to keep an eye on. You were talking, we've got much less reduced kind of reinforcement on the edges too.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little less Kevlar. Again, we've got the Gen 1 here, and it has the Kevlar just completely over the wingtip, whereas the new one is just a few patches on the seams and on the wingtip where it drags on the ground. So yeah, I think that's going to reduce some weight. You might also be able to see over here, Tom, you want to come up front here with me? This curvature of the strut and the hole that creates back here, allowing for the canopy to take more shape back here and create more of that wing profile.
Sweet, sweet.
You pointed out the dongle thing to me. What's up with that?
So it's one of the things that you're not really going to see in the wing riding, but longevity of the wing. We've seen this in some of the duotone wings where they've affixed a string to the bladder of the center strut. And that way, when you're inflating and deflating, it reduces the potential for the bladder to separate in orientation from the strut, which will prevent it from getting popped or kinked as you're going through inflation cycles. So that's pretty cool. But that's what we got sitting up here.
Nice.
Otherwise, I think that's kind of the major updates we got for the V3.
Yeah.
Hope you learned something.
We're excited about this thing. Love the Strike. It's been a staple out here on the Central Coast, and excited to use this one.
Yeah. We'll get some more information when we get it back when we get off the water. If you like anything you see here or anything in general, like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to pump it up with more, and let us know what else you'd like to see.
Yeah, and feel free to contact us, call, email, get any questions that we can help with. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, guys.